Surviving to Thriving. The cinematography in this film was absolutely gorgeous. I thought that the subject matter was really fascinating. Getting a chance to learn about Karin and her story and those allergies that she has that are just so extreme, and the way that she's adapted is just, I mean, I can't even wrap my head around it. It's that amazing. And I think that the filmmakers did that justice. I like how they set up the story and with the different interviews of not only Corinne's interview, but people who she knows and who's friends with her, and the things that she's had to endure and go through and adapt to. I mean, the surfing and being able to living outside, the salt water and everything like that. It was fascinating what the medical diagnosis was and what medicine is trying to do to help her to overcome this. I thought that it was great. I loved it.
Surviving to thriving. So, you have this fearless explorer, Karen, who immerses herself in raw nature, and it's all a part of her healing journey. And I love that this doc really recounts her healing journey, which was clearly full of a lot of difficulty, and it features VO from her first person recounting of her health journey and how nature was a natural healer for her rare autoimmune disease. It also interviews those who witnessed firsthand her journey, and it has a lot of reenactments so we can get a sense of how her life is as she describes it. She confronts her deepest fears and traumas head on. And it goes through all of these various experiences within her nature career, and how her immune disease has altered how she lives completely, and how she interacts with people and how they interact with her. And it's a real testament to her strength, for sure. I thought this the footage, reveals a very powerful healing journey. It is a story that clearly would resonate with anyone. And it was just interesting because it really makes you look at nature in a different way, as a healer. We all know that nature is good for us, sunlight, things like this. But, the idea that, nature and being in nature is a lifesaver for her, I just thought was such an interesting concept.
This is for surviving to thriving. Wow, this is quite a journey of healing, nature, and happiness. What an inspiring story of not only surviving but thriving. Karin Ochsner is indeed thriving in a world after 12 years of adapting, experimenting, and teaching others too. Testimonials of her community and support system, and referring to her contagious positive energy and smile. Beautiful footage of the different places and landscapes that have accompanied her through her journey. Perfectly cute music to showcase the energy of each shot. I particularly enjoyed the scene where she describes the shark attack. The music and all the shots are just outstandingly good to give us that thrill of that moment. Admirable, humbling, and grounding. That's how I would describe this film.
Surviving to Thriving. She mentions a first documentary, so I would love to see that one. I haven't gotten the chance, so that would be amazing. There are many things to take from this wonderful documentary. I thought it covered so much territory and such beautiful, beautiful cinematography. Technically, I loved the cinematography, the camera shots, all the different angles, the great interviews, and just, again, beautiful shots of the nature. I love the rainbow that was there. And actually, kind of looking back on this after having watched it, I think all of the film style and just everything that was done was superb, because it makes me think, what she went through, and then taking on a documentary like this to me is really great. I thought there were many lessons in this that you would hear from a self-help person, a motivational speaker, such as follow your instincts, always advocate for yourself, focus on the positive, the solutions, be a problem solver, never give up, teamwork, being able to adapt, asking for help, if I didn't say that already. The community is important. All of these things you hear from motivational speakers, and for her to kind of have to learn all these lessons in such a short time, in my opinion, and on your own, is and with the help of the people that helped her throughout, is just amazing. The fact that they talk about the trauma healing and the UV light healing, and that she can only eat 20 different foods, to be aware of mold, and just all of that, all of the content in this is just outstanding. And I think I love the music. The sound design and the music was really great, especially the ending song. I loved a lot. And I love that she loved music and surfing and all these different things, and how she used her passions to heal herself. So really, really well done. This is going to be great for you, and I hope it makes it to the streaming and the big apps, because I want to see the first one too. So great job.
Surviving to Thriving is a documentary about a woman who has gone through trauma, has gone through illness, and she chose to do outdoor activities to take her own journey as a healing process. I feel like the topic here is powerful, and the way the documentary tells her story is also compatible. There's so lots of interviewers involved in her life at some stage, and they came in to discuss how they perceived her as a person who want to overcome the hardship, the difficulties in her life. And we get to see what she has done is just not just simple stuff. It's kind of extreme activities that one person might not be able to do all of this, but she as a person, it proves that she could become one of that who has a power to go through whatever she's and show how the healing of her own condition could be done through this. So I feel it's very powerful message, and it's really good to hear this story more and more.